Love to wear heels, but don't want to give up wearing them. Make sure you're doing these moves to keep the pain at bay. Dr. Lizak Boga is a body and posture expert. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I love high heels.
Yes, so do I.
But I do find I have some pain, and then sometimes I just suffer through it. But there's things I can probably do to avoid that,
Yeah,
right?
so lots of women suffer from foot pain. In fact, between the ages of 45 and 65, 25% of women and 17% of men suffer from foot pain.
Wow.
And by the time you're 65, 50% of women and 33% of men. So the reason why the stats are higher for women is mostly because of our footwear. We have footwear that squeezes our toes together, that causes bunions. We don't have the adequate support. So that's one of the reasons actually I brought my shoes, the Dr. Liza Sneaker Pump, today, because it shows some features that you want to look for when you're looking for high heels. So an orthotic insole is great because it helps support you so you don't have weight on the front of your feet. And then
Does it help even out the weight?
Yes, exactly. So you're completely balanced and there's no weight at the front of your feet. And because of the shock absorption, you don't have that added pressure on your feet, and it slows down the degeneration of joints, so slows the progression of arthritis. So you definitely want to choose the right footwear because that's the best thing that you can do to prevent foot pain.
How can foot pain affect your entire body?
Well, once you have foot pain, the other joints in your body and the other muscles have to compensate for that. So that later on you can get knee pain, you can get hip pain, you can get back pain. And a lot of people who have foot pain, at some point they will have back pain. It's not if, it's when.
We're going to get to some exercises, but
Yes.
quick funny story. When I first came back to work last year after being off on my maternity leave, and on my maternity leave I wore nothing but slippers and flip-flops for a year, and I put my heels on and I'm walking around here at the set and doing my thing. Within a week I had this excruciating pain up the back of my legs, and for a few days I couldn't figure out what it was until I realized I'm wearing high heels again.
It's the heels. So it doesn't take much for your body to be thrown out of whack. So you definitely want to choose, if you're wearing heels, you want heels that don't alter your mechanics and put you back in where you should be.
Okay, let's do some exercises.
Yes.
So we're going to move over here.
So
what do I do? These are exercises that are preventative, or if you are having the pain?
Both. So
Okay.
they help to relieve foot pain and they help to prevent foot pain as well. So the first one is a myofascial release technique that you can do yourself using a lacrosse ball.
Okay.
So to do that, you have the lacrosse ball on the floor, and then you just want to roll your foot out.
And what is that doing?
So when you have a lot of stress or a lot of pressure on the balls of your feet and on your plantar fascia, that's the shock absorber for your whole body. So over time, that tends to rigid out and doesn't give you the shock absorption that you need. So by rolling it out, you help to loosen it up and give you that spring back in your step.
It feels good too.
Exactly.
It's
So
massaging your foot, essentially.
It's essentially a nice deep tissue massage for your foot.
Okay, I like that. What else?
Okay, next we want to stretch the front of our foot. So a lot of people figure that they only need to stretch the calf, but you also want to stretch the top of your foot.
And how do you
so
do
to
that?
do that, you just put your toes on the ground and you'll feel a stretch at the top of your foot. So that goes a long way in helping to relieve foot pain. And most people do not stretch that.
Yeah, and it's putting your foot in the opposite position that it is when it's in a heel.
Exactly. So that's what we want to counteract. We want to counteract the position that you put yourself in that's causing harm to your foot. So a great foot stretch like this. And then after that, you want to increase range of motion and you almost want to mobilize the foot. So to do that, you just want to be bending and stretching, and bending and stretching.
Back and
forth. Bending and stretching.
Wow, I can really feel that.
And you know what else that does? Not only does it mobilize the bones and the joints in your foot, it also helps to bring circulation.
Okay.
Because when circulation is affected, you get more pain, and especially for people who stand all day on their feet or who sit at a desk, the blood tends to pool. So you really want to keep that circulation going. That will relieve foot pain and help prevent it in the future as well.
All right, some really great advice, and so I can keep wearing my heels. You
can, as long as they're the right heels, and do the exercises too.
Dr. Liza, thank you so much. Some really great advice.